Back in 1978, Grease wasn't just a movie. It was leather jackets, summer nights, school dances, and songs people still sing almost 50 years later. But behind the bright smiles of Rydell High, the years brought a much sadder reality. Some stars stayed in our hearts forever, while others faced painful battles and heartbreaking final goodbyes. In this video, let's look back at the cast of Grease, then and now. John Travolta was born in 1954 in Englewood, New Jersey. He was 24 when he played Danny Zuko, bringing slick hair, leather jacket confidence, and pure teenage swagger to Rydell High. Travolta later earned Oscar nominations for Saturday Night Fever and Pulp Fiction, and kept his name in pop culture with films like Face Off and Hairspray. As of 2026, he is 72 years old and still active in entertainment. Danny Zuko remains unforgettable because Travolta made him cocky, funny, and secretly soft underneath. The kind of cool guy who could dance like a dream and still look nervous in love. Olivia Newton-John was born in 1948 in Cambridge, England. She was 29 when she played Sandy, giving the sweet new girl a gentle voice, wide-eyed innocence, and a charm that felt instantly real. Olivia became a Grammy-winning music star with hits like Physical and I Honestly Love You, and she later devoted much of her life to cancer research. She died in 2022 at age 73 after a long battle with breast cancer. Sandy's transformation still hits because Olivia made both sides believable. The shy girl in soft colors and the confident woman in black leather both felt like the same heart finding its voice. Barry Pearl was born in 1950 in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and he was 28 when he played Didi, bringing goofy charm, guitar kid energy, and a sweet kind of awkwardness to the T-Birds. Pearl kept working across theater, television, and film, later appearing in projects like CPO Sharky, ER, and the TV movie Grease Live. As of 2026, he is 76 years old and still connected to the entertainment world. Didi was never the loudest guy at Rydell, but Pearl made him easy to like. He felt like the friend who wanted to be cool, but could not hide his softer, sillier side. Michael Tucci was born in 1946 in New York City. He was 32 when he played Sonny, giving the T-Birds a wisecracking, fast-talking troublemaker who always looked ready to break a school rule. Tucci later became familiar to TV audiences through shows like The Paper Chase, Diagnosis, Murder, and It's Gary Shandling's Show. As of 2026, he is 80 years old and has mostly stepped away from acting. Sonny brought the classroom chaos. Tucci played him with cocky little bursts of comedy, the kind of guy who acted tougher than he was, but made every group scene more fun. Kelly Ward was born in 1956 in San Diego, California. He was 21 when he played Putsy, adding a goofy, wide-eyed energy to the T-Birds that made him feel more playful than dangerous. Ward later moved behind the scenes, working in animation and voice direction on shows like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and Jake and the Neverland Pirates. As of 2026, he is 70 years old and has long focused on work off-camera. Putsy gave the gang a softer comic edge. Ward made him feel young, silly, and easygoing, like the kid who wanted the jacket and the attitude, but still had a big grin underneath. Didi Conn was born in 1951 in Brooklyn, New York. She was 26 when she played Frenchie, bringing pink hair, big dreams, and a sweet, nervous sparkle to the Pink Ladies. Conn later became familiar to younger viewers through Shining Time Station, and she also returned to the world of Grease in Grease 2 and Grease Live. As of 2026, she is 75 years old and still makes occasional appearances. Frenchie was lovable because Conn gave her such a soft heart. She was messy, hopeful, and easy to root for. The kind of friend who could drop out of beauty school and still make you smile. Jamie Donnelly was born in 1947 in Teaneck, New Jersey. She was 31 when she played Jan, giving the Pink Ladies a funny, snack-loving, and wonderfully offbeat energy. Donnelly continued working in theater, film, and television, later appearing in projects like Black Mass, Can't Hardly Wait, and Cyrus. As of 2026, she is 79 years old and has mostly stepped away from regular screen work. Jan added a goofy little sweetness to the group. Donnelly made her feel real, relaxed, and not too polished, which is exactly why she stood out among all the high school glamour. Dinah Manoff was born in 1956 in New York City. She was 22 when she played Marty, bringing flirty confidence, sharp timing, and a little old-school glamour to the Pink Ladies. Manoff later won a Tony Award for I Ought to Be in Pictures and became familiar to TV fans through Soap and Empty Nest. As of 2026, she is 70 years old and has largely stepped away from acting. Marty had that too cool for school attitude, but Manoff gave her more than just sass. She made her playful, stylish, and just vulnerable enough to feel human. Eve Arden was born in 1908 in Mill Valley, California. She was 70 when she played Principal McGee, bringing sharp authority, dry humor, and old-school school office energy to Rydell High. Arden had already become a comedy legend through Our Miss Brooks and earned an Academy Award nomination for Mildred Pierce, and she died in 1990 at age 82 after a heart attack. Principal McGee made every announcement feel funnier than it should. Arden's timing turned a strict school principal into one of those classic faces that still gives Grease its vintage charm. Frankie Avalon was born in 1940 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was 37 when he played Teen Angel, floating in with perfect hair, a shiny suit, and that dreamy old-school pop idol glow. Avalon was already a major teen idol, with hits like Venus and Why, and as of 2026, he is 86 years old and still remembered as one of the golden voices of early rock and roll pop. Teen Angel only appears for one big musical moment, but Avalon made it unforgettable. Beauty School Dropout turned Frenchie's Crisis into a sparkling fantasy straight out of a 1950s dream. Joan Blondell was born in 1906 in New York City. She was 71 when she played Vi, bringing warm diner counter wisdom and a lovely old Hollywood sparkle to Frenchie's little moment of doubt. Blondell had a long career from Warner Brothers classics to later character roles, earning an Academy Award nomination for The Blue Veil, and she died in 1979 at age 73 from leukemia. Vi was only there for a short scene, but Blondell made her feel comforting and real. She gave Frenchie the kind of gentle push that only a seasoned screen veteran could make feel so natural. Ed Burns was born in 1932 in New York City. He was 45 when he played Vince Fontaine, bringing slick radio host charm, flashy confidence, and a perfect dose of 1950s showbiz swagger to the school dance. Burns had already become a TV heartthrob as Kooky on 77 Sunset Strip, and he later kept working in films, television, and music before he died in 2020 at age 87 from natural causes. Vince Fontaine was all about style, ego, and microphone magic. Burns made him feel like the kind of guy who could turn a high school dance into the biggest event in town. Sid Caesar was born in 1922 in Yonkers, New York. He was 55 when he played Coach Calhoun, bringing big comic energy, old-school gym class authority, and a perfectly grumpy edge to Rydell High. Caesar was already a television comedy pioneer through Your Show of Shows and Caesar's Hour, earning multiple Emmy Awards before he died in 2014 at age 91 after a brief illness. Coach Calhoun gave the film a burst of classic comedy muscle. Caesar made him loud, impatient, and funny in that old showbiz way, like every whistle blow came with a punchline. Alice Ghostley was born in 1923 in Eve, Missouri. She was 54 when she played Mrs. Murdoch, giving the auto shop scenes a sweet, eccentric touch that made the world around the T-Birds feel even more colorful. Ghostley won a Tony Award for The Sign in Sidney Brustein's Window and later became a familiar sitcom face on shows like Bewitched and Designing Women. She died in 2007 at age 84 after a battle with colon cancer. Mrs. Murdoch may be a smaller role, but Ghostley gave her a funny little spark. She made the garage feel less like a classroom and more like one more playful corner of Rydell High. Dodi Goodman was born in 1914 in Columbus, Ohio. She was 63 when she played Blanche Hodel, bringing giggly nerves, school office sweetness, and perfectly oddball comic timing to Rydell High. Goodman was a familiar comedy face from stage, television, and film, later appearing in projects like Mary Hartman and Different Strokes, and she died in 2008 at age 93 from natural causes. Blanche made the school scenes feel lighter and sillier. Goodman's fluttery voice and awkward little reactions gave Principal McGee the perfect comic partner. Susan Buckner was born in 1952 in Seattle, Washington. She was 26 when she played Patty Simcox, giving Rydell High its peppy, overexcited good girl energy. Buckner later appeared in television and film, including The Brady Bunch Variety Hour and When the Whistle Blows, before stepping away from acting, and she died in 2024 at age 72 from natural causes. Patty was funny because Buckner made her so painfully enthusiastic. Every cheer, smile, and awkward burst of school spirit made her the perfect opposite of the Pink Ladies. Lorenzo Lamas was born in 1958 in Santa Monica, California. He was 20 when he played Tom Chisholm, bringing clean-cut athletic charm as the jock who briefly pulled Sandy into a different crowd. Lamas later became a television action star through Falcon Crest, Renegade, and The Bold and the Beautiful. And as of 2026, he is 68 years old and still connected to entertainment. Tom Chisholm was not around long, but Lamas gave him exactly the right golden boy energy. He made the jock world look polished, polite, and just a little too perfect for Sandy's real story. Annette Charles was born in 1948 in Los Angeles, California. She was 30 when she played Cha-Cha Di Gregorio, bringing sharp moves, fierce confidence, and serious dance floor heat to the big hand jive scene. Charles later became a respected educator after leaving most of Hollywood behind, teaching speech and communication, and she died in 2011 at age 63 after a battle with lung cancer. Cha-Cha only needed one dance contest to make her mark. Charles gave her attitude, rhythm, and that bold, best dancer at St. Bernadette's energy fans still remember. Jeff Conaway was born in 1950 in New York City. He was 27 when he played Kinnicky, giving the T-Birds their rougher, cockier edge with leather jacket swagger and plenty of attitude. Conaway later became familiar to TV audiences through Taxi and Babylon 5, but his later life was marked by addiction struggles, and he died in 2011 at age 60 from pneumonia. Kinnicky was more than Danny's best friend. Conaway made him loud, proud, jealous, and funny, the kind of guy who acted tough even when his heart was showing. Stockard Channing was born in 1944 in New York City. She was 34 when she played Rizzo, bringing sarcasm, toughness, and hidden vulnerability to the sharpest Pink Lady at Rydell High. Channing later won a Tony Award for A Day in the Death of Joe Egg, and became widely known on television as Abby Bartlett in The West Wing. As of 2026, she is 82 years old and has mostly stepped away from regular screen work. Rizzo still stands out because Channing made her fearless on the outside and painfully human underneath. Behind every cutting line, there was a girl trying not to get hurt. Thank you for watching. If Grease still brings back memories, please like, subscribe, and stay with us for more unforgettable cast stories.